Here's a little lesson that you shouldn't underestimate. This is something that happens in grooves which a lot of people struggle with, and I help them with. When you're doing a two-handed hi-hat groove, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, you might have seen this kind of thing before. Usually when people go to that kind of groove, their bass drums just become like super dull. And it's just 1, 2. And they're lining up their bass drums with right hands. And it's always right, right, right. And the bass drum goes with the right hand. But what's tricky is playing a bass drum with that left hand. If you just play a bass drum in a left hand, your coordination inside your brain just goes, I don't like it. So it's trying to build that up is going to break you into a whole load of new grooves, which are a lot better than a lot of the ones you may have been doing. So trying to get this little exercise here sorts that problem out. So even though it's a little bit kind of painful to go through, it's going to make you a much better drummer, and you'll do this kind of groove, and everyone's going to be like, hey, that drummer's cool. It just sounds a lot better when you play. So what we're going to do, same thing that we normally do, bass drum in right hand, followed by left, right, and then normally you'd have a left on your own. So you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4 notes on the hi-hat, bass drum on the first one, right, left, right. But I also want you to put a bass drum with that last left hand. So 4 notes, right, left, left. And it's that left hand and bass drum that's weird. Right, left, left. And if you keep on repeating that, right, left, right, you get that those two bass drums in a row as you repeat. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And that right there is a golden exercise. Really good for building up your coordination there. But that's just the first half. So right, left, left. And then the right hand would drop down to the snare as it would in a normal groove. So right, left, snare. And again, that bass drum with the left hand is enough to throw you off and make you forget to bring your right hand down. So nice and slow, right, left, snare. And then carrying on, left, right, and another bass drum and a left hand just there. So right, left, left. And then because you've got a bass drum at the end, when you repeat and go back to the beginning, you get that double in a row again. So 1, E and a, 2, E and a, 3, E and a, 4, E and a, 1. And as you speed it up, whew, a lot more interesting. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the normal groove, just one bass drum at the start. And then I'm going to add the extra bass drums. Here we go. Then the extras. See how cool that starts to sound, and that opens up a whole lot of stuff. If you check out my platform, Drumdex, I've got a whole section on there on what I call two-handed hi-hat killer kicks and placing those in different places. It's a really tough topic. And also I give one-to-one lessons. Please get in touch if you're interested.